All right, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to JRC Stock Talk. We've got Pat, Shido, and myself here to chop up all the due diligence and OTC stocks you can handle. Listen, go follow us on Twitter. Today we're broadcasting through JRAMS Bunctious, my personal account. So apologize. Apparently, if you edit your profile image and your about section, then they'll take your blue check mark away until they verify that. So we're in a holding pattern there. But we're here with you. Also, we're live YouTube and we're live on Facebook. So thank you so much for joining us. It's going to be a great discussion today, and we're going to have some fun. If you guys have any comments or stocks you want us to look at, we're going to ask that you put it in the chat room. Now, we're following the chat on YouTube and on X. So if you make comments, we're going to see them. We're going to bring it up. We're going to respond. And if you want us to look at a stock, put the name of the stock and 3 reasons we should be looking at it. And we'll have a conversation about it. And by all means, as we're talking about it, if you have more comments to make about it, add it in the chat. Okay? We're here for you. Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing good.
Pretty good.
Where'd you go, Pat?
Really quiet today. What do you think, Pat? In the
OTC? It was pretty quiet. There were a couple of things kind of getting loaded up, and then a change of control there as well. But overall, it's pretty. It's summer.
It is. I mean, there is a couple of interesting situations out there. I have more than a few months ago. I find that I'm interested in a lot of stuff, but yeah, it's for sure it's the hates of the summer right now.
Yeah, getting other people interested.
Yeah,
there's the rub. That's what we're working on, right?
Right.
There's the rub.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Did you guys see what happened at GMGI at the close today?
No. Let's take a look.
Stock's been getting hammered. I've been frustrated, man. I've been cussing behind the scenes. I don't usually do that in public, but slightly upsetting. And today, I've been hearing rumors that there was going to be $1 million in buying coming in, and I think it may or may not have started.
Yeah, tough couple months, eh?
Yeah.
Tough month.
Looking better. I'm glad it might turn here. I hope so. I definitely bought a fair amount in the twos now lately, and so we will see.
You switch screens. You're going to share the stock chart,
blow my nose.
Should I pull that up?
Yeah, go ahead and pull it up.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not a nice stock chart. It looks horrible on OTC markets chart. I wish I could show my chart on TD Ameritrade, but or actually, sorry, Schwab. 5-day looks a little better. Okay, let me share this. Yeah, day looks like things started turning around back here on the 16th, which was today, at around 1 o'clock. Closed at 277. We were down at 245 this morning. I think the lowest we were today was, am I right about this? Yeah, 242.
Okay.
I don't know, 11% move.
Not bad.
I expect they're going to be announcing a new acquisition, and it's not going to take as long as it did with Meridian Bets. So we'll see.
Okay.
What's going on with the market activity today? Is everybody out on vacation?
It is slow for sure. Let me pull up market activity.
Plenty, yeah.
Slow for sure, but there's a couple things kind of on the move, and then a couple transactions that happened. Hey, Shido.
Yeah. The TANG is interesting for sure.
Joni OTC says SISI.
I don't know that one. We'll have to take a look. Is that a big board thing?
Maybe he's calling one of us a sissy. I'm not sure.
That must be a big board thing, because otherwise we would know the symbol. Yeah, it's NASDAQ.
He's probably calling me a sissy. I had a wasp crawl up the side of my face while I was driving today and really wussed out. Real baby.
Did he get you?
No, it just shocked me. Like, it was obviously in slow-mo, like it was near dead, but I feel it, and then I was just like, holy crap, it was just so crazy because I look in the rearview mirror and then see it, and that was terrifying. Okie dokie.
Yeah, it's actually a NASDAQ company, Shineco Inc., up 11%, just like GMGI, to $1.09.
Okay.
On 11 million shares traded, though, so that's pretty strong.
Not bad.
It's a good amount of money flowing in it.
All righty. Let's see if we can get this window here. Current market. There we go. You got that screen there?
Go ahead and share it. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Perfect. All right, we'll go through them. Let's look at that sissy quick.
Yeah, I have not much information about it.
Oh, God.
Wow, the bottom fell out of that at the end.
Sheesh.
Is that a daily chart or?
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Certainly not 6 million foot offering yesterday.
1.7, yeah, 1.07.
$1.07. So I guess you'd be kind of getting in around where the offering is going to be if you bought it here. If you didn't get bagged over the last few days, then I guess you could be getting in where the offering will be. I mean, the only thing you have to consider, and it's not guaranteed, but the only thing you have to consider is that the company can also bag the people that bought the offering as well. So in addition to bagging retail traders, they do an offering and bag them as well. So something to think about, but at least you'd be in on, like, if you just picked it up at around the offering price, I guess you can see if there's some action there, I mean, this look like, the amount of selling here is shocking compared to how it used to be. There's a lot. And I mean, when I see this much selling, I know why everyone's talking about it, because people are being paid to talk about it while they sell. You know what I mean? So I know why people are thinking about it. I bet they weren't talking about it here, but that's the way it goes, I guess. So some advancers today. Well, RNVA is a bag. Let's be real. Let's be real with each other. Let's look face to face and tell the truth.
Good. RNVA had 400 million in volume.
Of course.
This can't be real.
You know,
it's even on grace period.
Wow.
Oh, it's going to be expert tomorrow.
going to be on the expert market tomorrow. 400 million shares traded. It's just that, like, these guys should be, I don't even know. Like, I don't want to say it, but I mean, it's shocking to me they have been permitted to operate this way for this long. Shocking. Shocking.
And what's the symbol? Because I can't. It's blued out. I can't see it.
RNVA.
Why did it have 400 million in volume today? That's beyond crazy.
I mean, it's only $38,000. So it's not really a lot of money.
No, but I mean, it's one of the worst share structures out there, and people should know that it goes to expert tomorrow. I mean, it can always come back. But
it'll be on the expert market tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. There will be
so if you didn't get out today, you're in trouble.
Yeah, if they don't come back, yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of this right now with things that are going to the expert market. They're drumming up volume to get out, you know.
Yeah.
And it's too bad.
And I hope the market is used to what we will see tomorrow, and I think it is right now, because we have seen it many times before. But tomorrow there will be I think there will be 70, 80 or more stocks to the expert tomorrow.
Yeah, 70 or 80 stocks going gray tomorrow.
A ton. So
wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's all because they're short on their filings, right?
Yeah, but they had so much time. These are mostly SEC delinquent stuff. There is a deadline now, and you have to imagine they have. If you are solicited on the SEC filing, if you're an SEC filer and you're solicited on your quotes, then you have 180 days for your K to be filed and 90 days for your Q to be filed after the fiscal period ends, you know? So they cannot even put out a 10K in 180 days, you know? That's wild.
Shocking.
Plus the grace period. So they had another 2 weeks. So it's more than 180 days.
We got a question there about UMGP. So UMGP, it's kind of an interesting situation. Is the promo tag is still on it, but what happened with UMGP is that the famous stock trader Zach Morris tweeted that he'd received an email or something from them, and that's pretty much all that she wrote so far, and it's been getting bought up ever since.
Seriously? Yeah, I received an email from this company.
You did.
And a stock price.
You got an email from them?
No, I'm saying that's all he said.
I'll show it to you here so you could see it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so people are beginning to speculate as to why he posted that. Let's see here. But no one really knows for sure, and
he can't get in trouble for saying that because it doesn't mean anything to begin with.
Right, you'll see the email when I can track it down here. It just says, best regards, or something like that to him. See if it's still up. It's up here somewhere. Right here. Yours, very truly yours, Universal Media Group. And then he just tweets just the beginning. And then that's it. That's all we've seen. So hopefully that helps, Lisa. And What that means, nobody really knows. I've asked around and haven't got a lot of answers on that. And it explains the volume. The issue, and it's the issue is this stock promotion tag on it. And when a company has that stock promotion tag on it, there's a higher correlation between a stock getting this and a stock getting the skull and crossbones caveat emptor. And so that's not to say it's guaranteed that happen, but you can correlate the two very strongly. This is kind of like a yellow light in OTC markets.
Hey, watch it, you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, and so they got a yellow light up here, and as much as I think I would be a lot heavier on this to see whatever this is, to see it materialize. This bothers me overnight because OTC market's been on a hair trigger with these caveat emptors lately. A hair trigger. They've been getting reckless with them. So it's tough to say. I mean, you could hold it and be rewarded to find out whatever he's doing with them. No clue what he's doing. Or even if it has to do something with the stock, or he's using their services, or whatever it is, because their services, it would also make sense to use these services for the ZAC token. You know what I mean? So is it something to do with the stock, or is it something to do about using their services to pump the ZAC token? I can't say for sure, but I do know that this is stressful. This is a problem if you want to be overnight on it. And if you want to find out, maybe it could be great. But I think you just need to be well aware of that as you go into the close each day, knowing that it's possible that it could get a caveat emptor, because that's always the first step to the caveat emptor right there, that promo tag. So that's what's going on with it. GVDI, I don't know. Are you familiar with this one at all, Shido?
Didn't we try to play this one like I don't know, 2 years ago? It was always a really thin mover.
Yeah,
I think if I don't confuse it with a different ticker. I haven't played this one for a while, and I haven't followed it, so I don't know much. It has 32 million DTC, but it's moving like on air. If you watch the chart, I mean, like on air,
GVDI is a former synergy management custodianship.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. That's why we have looked at it in the past, I think.
So they've been after it a little bit over the last few days.
I don't know if the volume. I mean, the little volume.
I don't know if it's terribly liquid. I would worry a bit about buying it and getting trapped with no bid support, to be honest. And
that's the thing.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the stressor. Yeah. That's the stressor. So, and obviously being synergy management, I mean, I'm not sure that Ben's delivered anything yet. Has he delivered a merger?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I haven't heard anything from him for a long time.
No. Yeah. So I don't know. I look at that and I say, nice move. And then I ask myself the question, how could I even hold that, knowing that I could get ghosted at any time? And I don't know how, especially given that it's a synergy deal. If there was something there that said, hey, we completed this change of control and this is the new company coming in and that would be one thing. But for me to buy ghost volume on something doing, such little amounts of volume, I can't do it, because I've been getting ghosted on the bid a little too much lately. And so that's the scoop there anyways. Hopefully that helps you, Lisa.
On UMGP, the company, I don't know if you guys read this, the company responded to an requirement about that promo ticker.
Oh, they did?
Promo label, and they said we were alerted by the promo tag last week. We immediately reached out to OTC markets. The promotion their system detected was not part of any universal media efforts. We notified OTC of the same, and as per their response, the promo badge will be removed within 15 days. But I'm not sure if I trust this 100%.
Right, because we've seen that before. We've seen
these
them
guys
say,
are really, really not trustable, OTC markets guys.
yeah, and because OTC markets provides zero visibility into their process
Jeez.
regarding caveat emptors and promo tags.
Yeah.
Do you take the company's word for it? I don't know. And this reminds us of this news from BDCC yesterday or on the weekend. OTC Markets had issued them a stock promo designation on July 8th to have only lasted 2 days. Nonetheless, at the close of market hours, July 11th, OTC Markets, with no warning, no promotion, and having conducted no investigation into the unusual activity, acted precipitously and placed a CE on our ticker. Company counsel immediately contacted OTC Markets, speaking with James, and in turn, the company OTC Markets directed them to FINRA, even though FINRA played no role in the decision to place a CE. So, they can't even get an answer from OTC Markets, who are the decider of CEs. And as much as I want to believe UMGP and saying, hey, it'll be off in a couple days, I mean, that's what BDCC thought the other day. They thought it would just be off in a couple days, and they got hit.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, they got hit. So what can I tell you? I mean, is this, there's no communication there. And it's up to you if you want to take the risk. You know what I mean? That's all I can say.
People have talked about, we've got some regulations that help govern the small micro cap companies and OTC markets, but OTC markets itself isn't highly regulated.
No, and I don't think they're organized is the problem. Like, I don't think they're communicating with the SEC effectively. I don't think they're communicating with brokers effectively, because brokers are deciding the rules without OTC markets input. And so, you're trusting what seems to be kind of an organization loaded with broken processes, not to get destroyed overnight with something that has a promo tag on it. And I got to say, I mean, it causes me some real stress, real stress.
I've got a stock to look at that, yes, it is a bloated pig, but all of a sudden it's getting some life. And I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on it. WDLF, Decentral Life Inc.
Yeah, I've seen this one mentioned a little bit lately in the
only up 20%, but I'm surprised it made a 20% gain with 10 billion shares outstanding or authorized. Over 7 billion outstanding. The float.
There's a lot of old COVID holders still in it that have a lot of it locked up. A lot.
I wonder what the percentage is on the lockup.
Well, let's take a look here. So, I mean, because they used to do, man, like mega volume on this during COVID. Like you're looking at each day, the amount of volume they were pulling on this, 2 billion, 1.2 billion. You can see it on the top left here. Billions a day. And their average now from kind of those two big pumps, because you could see that they never really sold it. They're just bagged on it. So their average now is kind of,
so either they're cost averaging down and soaking up more float, or they got a long ways to go before they're out of water.
Dub 7, they're out of water. So there's a lot of them holding it, a lot of it, which is why it shows some okay moves here and there. But you're in that situation where, a lot of these, it would be better if they would just split and clean the streets. Because you're going to run into a resistance at every single tick. So, I mean,
Is there any news on it?
no. Oh, I thought there was some podcast or something. Maybe that I'm thinking about INQD.
Supplemental information report.
LikeRE.com and Outdoorsman.com. December or January 2018 license agreement. Pursuant to the agreement in 2013, some paper shuffling about common stock. Looks like they're acquiring Outdoorsman. Yeah.
Magazine?
I don't know. I'm afraid to look that URL up, aren't you? Outdoorsmen.com.
And here comes the rain. We connect millions of consumers and companies worldwide. Our technology platform spans the globe, used by businesses and outdoorsmen from the United States, Canada, Mexico, Costa Rica, Brazil, and blah, blah, blah. So we've got some apps, outdoorsmen. Huh. So it must be a revenue-producing retail outlet. Smokers, camping stuff, off-grid things. I thought I'd seen it before. I think I've bought stuff from the website in the past.
Well, it's something, I guess.
You guys seen STRG? Star Guide Group? Had a nice day of 45% gains. It's at $2.33.5.
Nice setup.
Yeah, they had some tweet or news or whatever. Something they had. They appointed somebody, to the board.
They appointed Hidayata Raman to the board of directors. He's done web development and programming, and he obtained his Bachelor of Science at the University of Malang. The company announced the launch of its Live AI. So,
More AI news.
This looks like a promo maybe starting up here.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's Star Guide?
Yeah.
Volume's starting
AI
to pick
agents.
up. They have a much nicer share structure. I mean, there's only 828,000 shares held at DTC.
Yeah, they could moon this.
It's still got a shell risk, though.
Yeah.
And when you look on OTC market,
probably always will. It probably always will.
When you go to company profile on OTC market, you can't even find a website. How'd you get that website?
It's in that 8K today.
Disclosures, okay.
Yeah, they could moon that. Gotta watch.
Well, that'd be worth watching.
Yeah. No question about it.
So what was it, liveai.com?
It's a URL that they really don't want you to go to. liveai.livelead.tech.
Already made a kind of move lately.
Yeah.
It's 60 cents a few days ago.
Reminds me of FR.
CO.
FRZN or FROZ?
ZO.
No.
Probably.
Had the caveat emptor on it.
Oh.
FRFR.
Then it's a different one. Yeah.
So FRFR, was it 2 years ago this time? I can't believe time flies. Right. FRFR, they put out two websites, travelcityflights.com and travelcitystays.com on an 8K. Never once updated this company profile to talk about them. And when those websites showed up on the 8K, that was the trigger. Time to go. And they just ran it ran it and ran it and ran it and ran it. $1.66 to $6.50, and then caveat emptor. And you know, when you look at this 8K, like, you're not seeing anything about that on the company profile page. You're not seeing any official news. You're just seeing this weird URL buried in the 8K.
That's crazy. And of course, the traders and investors that, I mean, I'm not calling them trolls, but I mean, they find the minute crumbs that you never thought existed, and they show up, and they're the ones that would see this in 8K and buy.
For people that are trained to look for it.
Yep.
Yep. So there you go.
But it was like it led them right into a pitfall, right?
Well, I mean, I don't think they're too worried about it. I mean, they run it from $1 to $6. I'm sure they're going, okay, this is it. This is the last dance. You know?
Yeah, I was looking at the right side on market activity on number of trades. I know we look at dollar volumes, and stocks like DNMRW did over $175,000 in volume, but only 536 trades. NEXCF did like over 112,000. But all the rest of them, man, like even all these gainers up at the very top that are pulling 400%, they're getting like 10 trades, or they're having like 2 trades go off and they went up by 753%. Stupid stuff like that. There's
I mean, considering the fact that this, I think, had 0 volume before this 8K.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I mean, this is a shocking amount of volume. What was our highest volume day other than getting dumped back in March? 6,900 shares, and then today 62,000.
Yeah.
For a website with a URL that's hardly you can hardly even remember it.
Well, February, I think, was their highest volume. It was 222,000 shares on 2/8, February 8th.
It's moving different now.
Yeah.
So
it's got a tight float, so if they've soaked it up slowly,
yep,
they're going to moon it and dump.
Yes, sir.
Do you play the run, or is it already too high?
There's only one way to find out, really. I mean, you just drop a stop there on 150 and say your prayers.
Yeah, but the only thing is with I mean, I don't need to tell you, obviously. With the thin stuff like this, you can place your mental stop at 150, but when it goes below 50, it could be that you might get a buck. That's all is left, you know.
You may not have a bid is the problem, and that's why. Yeah, that's why it's very tough to get people to want to buy these organically. Like they have to run them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because getting your average person who's buying trips and stuff all day to buy this is impossible. So it's a totally different audience.
Exactly.
And chances are that audience knows exactly what's coming and when. So, it's just tough to say. I mean, you could just be down 50% right away. Because you're never going to really know why it's moving.
No, can only use small size.
Yeah.
Really small. And
what else is going on with the OTC today?
Not too much. We got this TAMG had a profile change today.
Did you buy
Logitech?
The TAMG, Pat? Did you buy it?
Did I? Yeah, I've got some, but
yeah, me too.
I don't like this is kind of cool looking, but I don't really want to be saying like, "Hey, I bought it. You should get some," because like I've just been finding myself stuck in a lot of these lately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I almost feel bad.
Yeah, I will pick some up if they whack it back a little bit. I mean, after all, it was at .4 a few days ago. Obviously.
Yeah, and they do have quite a bit low.
Their website looks pretty good. Logipix.
Yeah, this is the new company. The OTC Markets profile page was updated with this Logipix. They haven't even updated it here yet. And it looks like they're into smart video monitoring,
panorama cameras, high-powered analytics, dedicated software components, shaping a more predictable.
And then they had this deal with JFK International as part of their redevelopment project. Where they're, here it is here. So, it's kind of cool. It's a legit company. It looks to be a reverse merger. The setup is decent at 14 million unrestricted. Down here, they were able to load it up pretty nicely yesterday, and then over the but that was in May. But yesterday they were able to preload it pretty nicely. So you got to be a bit careful with it, but stay above 0.2 could be okay. But you could see they really got some good chunks. This February dump may have been something else, but certainly on Monday, they got a good piece of it, 250K, which isn't a ton of shares.
Yeah, but they were saying that this update, it came out yesterday, not today.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize. I thought it was a profile change today.
Yeah, no. I think Lee posted that he missed it yesterday and he posted it today, and then it got some eyes on it.
Okay, well, it's something to watch. Well, then at least it's not an insider preload. Like,
exactly.
At least it's fair. That's all I'm worried about. Like, if I'm a day late, that's fine, but at least it's fair.
Yeah, and I just looked up the bot and it says Monday. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, then it's fair then. That's all I care about. It doesn't have to, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, that's cool. So anyways, above 0.2, maybe it's okay. If it goes below 0.2, maybe you snap some up. It's not a bad setup. 14 mil's not bad. And I mean, Blue Fire started out like this. So.
And you know how it goes. We see that a lot, that initially sometimes they don't care. There is no buzz around it. And suddenly somebody out there realizes, hey, that's a good merger. I mean, look at NBCO. It's it's now at 4 cents. How this was
Ryan Shadle forward split that on purpose to drop the share price, because he firmly believes that the lower the price per share, the more liquidity and action you can get in the stock. Because before, when I was working with the company, when it first started trading, we had it at 12 cents to 20 cents. I mean, it was as high as 50 cents. But, I mean, it's super tightly held, and you just couldn't get enough volume going.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking MVCO, but I meant the NBCO.
Oh.
It's another one with a great merger. Pat knows it well, that one.
NBCO is another good example of a decent merger, and it's kind of holding up.
Suddenly they woke up. I mean, this was available in teens not long ago.
I know. I remember begging.
Nobody cared.
Nancy Victor Charlie Oscar.
Nancy, Billy Charlie Oscar.
Ah,
Yeah.
MB.
I was
Neon
begging.
Bloom.
And it's a good merger, but still though, I mean, like, you got a week of dead air here. Basically, you have to, with these right now, like this TAMG and this NBCO, you've got to just say, okay, I'm here, and whatever happens, happens, because you don't have the luxury of really stopping out or anything. Or anything. Like, you just have to say, I'm committed to this with X amount of dollars, and that's it. That's all you can do.
Yeah, you try to get some low shares, and then you gotta take what you can get, because in BCO the same. If you watch it, I mean, there is no bid support, but it's holding up, and somebody is hitting the ask a little bit there and a little bit here. And if you have cheap shares, I mean, you get some out at 4, some at 5. I mean, it adds up. Obviously, you cannot move $3,000.
No,
that's impossible.
But yeah, there's no bid support, so you have to just commit.
Yeah, exactly. You can only do that on less size. Otherwise, you cannot commit, because you will get so nervous. It's impossible.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yep.
So there's some looks today. Some interesting things that we talked about for sure. Nice little update there. I've got a hard stop in a couple minutes here, guys, but you're welcome to continue on if you like.
No, I've got something for you before you go, and we're going to close out. All right, so this has not been done before, but we're going to do it today. Let's close out that. Stop sharing the screen.
Okay.
All right, now we've never done this before, but people come on our show. They talk to us all the time. They hear from us, but today we're going to have a few questions about something personal. Let's get personal.
Okay.
What is your favorite food?
Probably Reese's peanut butter cups.
That's not a food. That's a snack.
It's food where I'm from, baby.
Really? Reese's peanut butter cups. Seriously.
Oh, that's it. Like, if I could not die from it, that's all I would eat. That's it. That's all I care about.
Oh, really?
Everything else is just filler between them.
I saw a TikTok yesterday. They wrapped a Reese's peanut butter cup in bacon.
No, you see that?
Yes, and then cooked it. They wrapped it so tight in bacon that the peanut butter and the chocolate didn't escape. And they cooked it. And then they put it in the freezer for a second to firm up the chocolate and stuff again. And then you ate it. It was, like salt, savory, sweet. No?
Anything for views and clicks, I guess. Jeez Louise.
Tons of reviews said it was amazing. I don't know. I haven't gone that far into the rabbit hole of TikTok, but.
What about you guys?
What about you, Josh?
Sushi. I love sushi.
Really?
Yeah, I really I loved it so much when I was younger. I went and worked under a sushi chef for a while just so I could learn how to roll my own rolls. And actually, I prefer the hand rolls, so I don't have to cut up small pieces. It's just like a ice cream cone of sushi.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I really don't have a favorite. I really like a good steak. I like a good pizza. I like Chinese food here locally. There's a lot
steak. So, what's the favorite way you like a steak? Medium rare, well done.
I would say medium, max medium. Not too much, not too bloody.
No pink and juicy.
No,
a little bit.
Okay. What's your favorite dessert? Reese's peanut butter cup.
I think you know the answer.
What is it?
Reese's peanut butter cups. That's it. You put me on an island. I only want one thing. I don't care. I never get bored of them. I feel like you know what I feel like? I'm just living between Reese's peanut butter cups. Like, everything else is just filler.
I have to Google it afterwards because I have no idea what this is.
Wait, you've never had a Reese's peanut butter cup?
No, I mean it's not really something we eat here in Europe, right?
Probably because it's not healthy. I'm gonna be honest with you,
Or
but
maybe we do, but we have a different name. So I
You
don't
know,
recognize it
it's the peanut
on that.
butter here.
Yeah,
he's
the
gonna pull it up. We're gonna check this
peanut
out.
butter stuff is not
Now,
that
what he hasn't
tasty.
said is his favorite cake is Reese's peanut butter cake. I'm sure that he's tried that, right?
I have, but I don't like because the cake is
Ah.
wasting time. You know what I mean?
You want to get to the good stuff.
Here you go, Shido.
Hold on, here we go. Ready?
Mm.
It's the whole page of Reese's.
Oh, okay. So it's basically, yeah, I get it.
It's a
It's
chocolate covered, peanut butter
some kind of
filled little
cake.
handheld
Yeah.
treat. And in this package on the top right, it comes with two. Just two.
Yeah, but that's not the main dish, right? I mean,
That's it.
you still need to
Pat,
eat
it
some
is.
steak before that, I guess.
I mean, you're telling me what I need to eat, but I'm telling you, I know what I need to eat, but I don't want to. I don't want to eat it. I want to
That's
eat
right.
this, you know? Okay? I want to eat this.
Okay. Okay.
Everything else is just I'm just doing it because I'm just waiting for the next one of these. You know what I mean? It's garbage. This is it, man.
Even a juicy burger. Have you ever put a
I'm
Reese's
just,
peanut butter cup
I
on a
just am
burger?
having it going, oh, can I, I don't care about anything anymore. Only this.
Well, I gotta say that's nuts. But I love it because, showing the different perspectives and different opinions and ideas from different people is what makes this show great. Also, it makes our investors great because we like to hear from each and every one of you. So please take the time, send in direct messages on X, contact us through YouTube. Tell us the stocks you're looking at, the stocks you want us to pull up and do some due diligence on. And by all means, go and support this stream if you have a chance. We're here for you guys. The money's going to go to improving, expanding, and marketing this stream so more people can get involved. If you have any questions, please contact us. We're here for you. We're here to build a community that helps empower investors and traders to do better, to bring more liquidity into OTC market companies so we can all have a better time and make more money. Sound fair?
Somebody is asking about KEGS. I know Pat has to go. So we
Well,
You want to stay on for a minute, Shido?
You guys can jump in. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah, see
Hey,
you.
Pat.
Yeah.
Just because Ricky asked about KEGS. I mean, KEGS, obviously we are familiar with that.
Somebody just brought it up the other day. I found out it's like 2 hours north of me, so I can drive and see KEGS in person.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not much to say about it. I mean, it's a no bid stock with 8 billion.
Well, no, I mean the
holding.
company's headquarters. So it's a 812 Brewing Company, and they are headquartered in Watertown, New York, which, as the crow flies, is north by 2 hours from where I'm at now.
Oh, okay.
Hour 45, roughly.
Yeah.
In fact, I looked up their address, and I can go right to their company. It's down the road from some family friends of ours.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't say much about it, obviously. I mean,
They own a
no bid.
restaurant in downtown Watertown. I think the draw to the town is there's a military base in town. So when you look up information on the company,
Okay.
they bought this retail location where they can sell their craft brews and everything, and they're expecting to be able to pull in a substantial amount of revenue through selling it to military people, basically, and the people in the town. And they had some lofty figures associated with what they expected to do through, I think, what was the name of it? Let me pull it back up. KEGS website.
Saying they have Trump beer. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have quite a
That's
few
not
different
bad.
options, but Thousand Islands IPA. Thousand Islands is a area off the coast of New York where they have a pirate festival, and people dress up in pirate costumes and go out on their boats and they drink like fish and they party like animals. And it's in Thousand Islands, New York.
Okay.
That's one of their beers. They also, where is Facebook? Let's go to Facebook.
KEGS. Hmm.
Wow, they've locked their Facebook account and their website isn't up.
Yeah, that's true. I just
That's
saw it.
weird. Because I mean, I was
Yeah.
just looking at this the other week.
Did you get a chance to look up
Well, I don't know what to think about that.
AAGC? Lisa, AAGC. That's the one with the hairdressing stuff, right?
Or
Yeah,
you're looking at another stock?
yeah, the AAGC that Lisa brought up. I actually own some because have seen some momentum into it coming into it. I think they supposedly buy back some shares lately. That's what they said, I think. And they operate these Hollywood star cuts.
They're jumping on the Trump show with Trump beer. Sorry, I'm back to the kegs already. MAGA beer for Patriot Depot online. Well, how can you get it online? If you go to their website's down. So I'm curious, where did you get that info? My man, I want to know what website you're talking about. So Rick Crosby, if you would, hit us up with a website link where we could purchase MAGA beer right now. Give a shout out to 90 minute IPA Dogfish Head. I'm having a beer myself right now.
Okay.
Still
Yeah.
waiting for Rick. No? So AAGC, go ahead and go on that. I'll let Oh, he said post it. Well, where'd you post it?
Did he post it on YouTube chat or no? That's the same chat, right? That we see.
Where are the comments?
The market cap, the homepage on OTC markets is not working on KEGS.
Yeah, Rick, where did you post this at? I mean, I'm on YouTube looking at the comments. You said you posted it, but I don't see it. Just posted it. I don't know where you posted it at. I'd love to find out. If you could send it a DM in Twitter or X now, that'd be great. I'll put a link to my account on there. Go to Patriot Depot. I'll pull this up for us. It's a store. Doesn't have very many good stars, but Patriot Depot. I'm not seeing the beer. New releases. Nerp. What are you looking for? I'm going to type in beer. Bible beer? Oh, Trump beer. Nope. It's a can cooler. MAGA Dad pint glass. Not beer. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Well, all right. Not seeing it, Rick. Sorry about that. New conservative beer at top. I'm there, my man. Here we go. Age entered. Yep. So there is beer. Are you telling me that beer is directly associated with kegs? He's typing. Are you saying that new conservative beer at the top of here? Let me. I'll even share this page here. Share. All right, right here at the top of it says, "Yep, there it says 1812 Brewing Company." Wow, fair enough. Goldmedalbeer.com, and it has "Make America Great Again." Don't Tread on Me, Gadsden's All American Beer. The Legend, Donald Trump. What? 24 cans of Ultra Maga, $80. That better be some good beer. I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's it. Expensive 24 cans of beer. Do you drink beer at all, Shido?
No, not at all. I don't like it. I never liked it. Never tasted me. So I couldn't tell.
Well, you saw it here first, folks. 1812 does have beer for sale under Patriot Depot.com. Top left in the toolbar says new conservative beer. And it takes you to a whole nother website. So it's actually not on there. And it's goldmedalbeer.com.
Yeah.
So, folks, that's what happened to this overly diluted penny stock. They do have products in the market. They are making money. I don't know if they're profitable at this present moment, but they have substantial revenue coming in from beer sales. And Rick, we appreciate you bringing that up. And that's the type of due diligence that people want to know, especially if they're bagged in a stock. I actually have tried to get KEGS on our show. I think I'll drive up there and contact the company and see if I can get them to come on the show. I know they've had some rough patches with investor interactions over the last few years. So I don't know if they're excited about getting in front of a crowd of people that may or may not be positive about the company. So
yeah, no, for sure, something to watch. Even tough, it's a little thick, but who knows? We will see.
Is that Sam? Is that Long Bully Stick? Are you up in here watching on YouTube? Yo, crazy kids. Thank you.
Hey, let's talk AAGC because Lisa asked about it. Lisa,
AAGC, pull
can
it
you
up.
share something more? I know they've been buying back some shares, and I know
All
it's
American
getting some
Gold
momentum.
Corp at 0007 a share, up 7.69% on the day. Security details. They've got 3 billion authorized, 1.69 billion shares in the float.
Yeah, it's reasonable. The share structure is reasonable for a mid trip. That's okay. That's not bad. So yes, I have some because there might be some push coming. We will see. But I hear a lot of chatter about it lately. So not bad.
Lisa, that's expensive beer. Let me know how it tastes. I got to find out before I buy it.
She likes beer. That's good. Sam is in the house. Sam, what's up with IGPK?
IGPK. Well, maybe Sam can have any comments on that.
Okay.
He's watching.
Struggling
Let's
lately.
find out.
Yeah, it's been struggling with some selling, I guess. I don't know.
Still talking about AAGC. I mean, they were at 0003 up until January. They were struggling around there. So they've started making some move, slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's
I think
getting some
between
momentum.
February and May, they were trading between 0004, actually, sorry, 0005 0041 and 0049, and then they took a step up. They're like starting to stair step their way up into the double zeros. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, Lisa
The
says
volume's
they
low.
use 20% of their profit to do buybacks. Yeah, I know that they have been talking about doing buybacks. So if they continue with this can have its day for sure at some point. I think this is one a lot
All
of
right,
chip
Sam,
players
I'm sending you a link. Hold on. Wow, I forgot his email. Sam, what's your email? Just the first part. See if I can do it. Sam, new email.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sending Sam a link. I just need to get the first part of his email so I can make sure I send it to the right person. Don't want somebody randomly showing up on the show that's not supposed to be here. Oh, did he comment already? Tried on. Oh, no, you can't try on the old link. You want me to put a link in this chat box? Everybody's going to have the link and anybody could join the show. That's not what I'm trying to accomplish. Here, I'll send it to you on Twitter, Sam. Long bully stick. Messages. Here we go. All right, Sam, go check your Twitter. You have a link to join me in the studio right there in your direct messages. By all means, go ahead and jump on in. Let's get personal. They have 5 franchises so far and more coming. Send Sam a link. Try the old link.
Yeah, they have some franchises on this Hollywood cut thing. Not bad.
Sam was all over the place for a second. Here we go. I want to hear people's comments back. I mean, I'm thinking about giving companies the ability to come on the show just for a spotlight and give an elevator pitch on their company. What's going on? What's happened recently? What people can expect and where to go for more information without actually doing like a Q&A with them, and maybe giving the ability for, like, when we're doing a roundtable discussions or something, for companies to come on and do like a little short spotlight or sponsor our sponsor of the day type of situation. Let me know what you think about that. Drop me a message or put it in the chat. Eventually we'll see Sam join. Sam, yeah, I sent a link to you on your Twitter account in your direct messages. That's the ticker I sent you. I'd love for you to interview them. What ticker? You'll have to explain that, Lisa. Hey, Sam, how are you doing?
All right, hold on. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you just fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Testing 1 2 testing. No?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yes.
fine.
Hold on.
You can't hear us.
I can't hear you guys, so it's just a matter of just a matter of making some adjustments here. Going into settings, click there, audio output,
I'm not talking. I was joking.
earbuds. All right, now I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
guys. I can hear you. I
Check,
can hear you.
check 1 2.
Testing. Move my microphone back. Shido, you look great as always.
You too. You too.
So what a fun, interesting couple of days with IGPK.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want me to start?
Yeah, it's quite the story.
Give us a lowdown.
Yeah, I'll start with last week, and then I'll kind of share some of the what do we want to call it? Some of the speculation, some of the things that are happening publicly, and not try to disparage anyone personally. But over the weekend, huge. It was a big deal. IGPK or Jun Feng Wang moved to a new headquarters building, and literally from the pictures, it looks like two buildings that are kind of attached to each other. One appears to be like a 16 to 20 story building, absolutely beautiful. Right next to that, with their logo sign on top of it, appears to be more offices, and possibly even that is where the restaurant is attached. So it's a pretty good looking facility and a good looking building. So that's a big
parking
positive.
lot was empty.
The parking lot, because it was on the weekend, right? And they probably didn't let anybody park because of the big celebration. But anyway, that was over the weekend. We got a couple of nice tweets from the company, which was great. We found a lot of great content, video, and still pictures on Chinese TikTok, and then even on the company WeChat. There was a really nice article that the company had put out yesterday. So, saying that, there is, we don't know by who, we think we know by who, there still is some selling, some dumping going on. And the rumor is that the public rumor is that Dwyer is the one that is dumping all of his shares, but I've also heard that Dwyer has released some shares, has gotten rid of some shares, but still has a big chunk of his own shares, still has a big chunk of that. So there are some shares from the old company that are still unaccounted for. There was like 144 million shares from what I understand, from old holders before the merger that still have their shares that still could be dumping.
Well, there's 2.03 billion in the float. So even if it's 100 and something million shares, let me see what the daily average volume is. They still do. Yeah. So it'd take like 3-4 days for them to get out of that amount of shares if they traded today's volume.
Right. And so we know the CEO has about 1.4 billion shares. I mean, if you start doing the math, the float, or, becomes much smaller once you start adding up the numbers. But obviously the downward pressure is still there. And I just don't believe that it's all 100% retail. Some of it might be, some of them might be weak hands, but I do think that somebody somewhere has to be selling. Now, the other big news, and I am remaining neutral in this, but you probably saw in last Friday's filing that there were 203 million shares that went from restricted to unrestricted. And everybody knows whose restricted shares those are. And he's even admitted that, yes, those are his shares. So from the pieces and parts that I was able to put together, which was very easy to do, he got a hold of a lawyer, and they went to the TEA with the lawyer, and they were able to get, and I don't know how this works, Shido, you're going to have to explain it to me. They got those restricted shares unrestricted before they were supposed to automatically unrestrict after the 24 months of the contract. I'm not sure how that can happen.
I don't think they automatically ever unrestrict, because there's a process to it. I've had to register shares, and first you have to get an opinion letter from a SEC attorney. Then you have to have a firm that will allow you to deposit the shares. I mean, if it's a penny stock, that's very restrictive in the States. I mean, you're dealing with an offshore company that's willing to do that. And
Yeah, but he didn't deposit it yet. It just went unrestricted.
It just went under. That's absolutely correct. So this is an opportunity because
you have to broker them somewhere to get them unrestricted. Is what I'm saying.
So, but they're already unrestricted. They went from restricted to unrestricted, but like what Shido said, they haven't been registered yet.
Deposited.
Or deposited, correct. So this is a good opportunity, and this is why I wanted to jump on here with you guys, for you to explain what has to happen. What else has to happen for Brian to take those 203 million shares and start selling them? I'm not saying he's going to sell them. I don't want to start that rumor, but it sounds like there's a lot of hoops that he still has to jump through to be able to sell one share. So explain that to us.
There's a few offshore brokerages that I won't mention the names of because, frankly, unless you have very large accounts, they really don't care who you are. And they usually, in a case of a penny stock, restrict the amount of shares you can sell and stick you to like 10% of the average daily volume. So you can't just dump everything on a stock and walk away. So if he's connected enough to know one of these firms and deposits his shares, he would have to have an opinion letter to do that. There's a little bit of a turnaround time for that. And then that would have to be reviewed. And after the review, they would free those shares to sell. And that being the case, it would be in order to sell a penny stock that's this low priced, a lot of times they'll take exorbitant fees for doing it. Sometimes 30-40% of what you're actually selling goes directly to the brokerage firm.
Yeah,
because they have a lot of liability in doing this. Also, they restrict the amount of shares you can sell to not in all cases, but in most cases, they'll restrict it to 10% of the average daily volume. So he's got a lot of hoops to go through. It won't be a process that can happen tomorrow. But if he started today and had the right contacts, I would say within a week to 2 weeks, he could be able to begin selling the shares.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, basically what he has to do is he has to deposit the shares with the DTC through a clearing firm, or through some guys like Wilson Davis or some of these guys, and some of them still do that. I mean, there is not many left, I'm told, but obviously some of them still do it. They take a lot of fees from what I was told. Yeah, it's really like it can be 20-25% of what you sell. They take as a fee, but there is nothing else he needs to do. He just needs to get them deposited with the DTC, and you will see it when it shows up on a DTC update.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, sometimes the DTC update it can be delayed by a day or two. So you could see selling and see after that the DTC. It's not update. It's not always that you see first the DTC update and then the selling starts. Both can happen. We don't know how often they update. It depends on that as well.
No, exactly. Well, that makes a lot of sense. My frustration, and I did DM Brian, was the timing. I think that, and I said this to him in a DM. I said, if you would have just waited until after the ticker change, or just waited until those shares became unrestricted, in January of 2025, which is really not that far away in the big scheme of things, nobody would have cared. And I gave him the heads up. I said, this is going to be a shitstorm. And if you look online, last night and today, it is. And it could have all been avoided just because of the illusion. And a lot of the DMs that I've been getting today, private DMs that I've been getting today from shareholders, is that here we go again. Scummy OTC, it's so seedy. Everybody's out to screw the little guy. Why can't I just find a nice investment that I'm not going to get screwed by.
Yeah.
And I get that. And you guys, you've been in this a lot longer because you guys are a lot older than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm probably older.
So anyway,
Great sense of humor, Sam.
yeah. Look at how old you guys are. Oh my gosh, you could be my dad. So I'm reminding them that, ultimately, if he would have waited just a little longer, there would be, and this is again just my opinion, I think there will be more than enough volume to eat up his shares or do whatever. I mean, I really do believe this company really truly is in its infancy as far as public trading goes, and for me, this is a very long hold. I think by the end of the year, this company's and ticker is going to look so different. The Q1 that was finally adjusted and fixed had the right numbers in there. $22 million of revenue from just one company divisions. They have
how many company divisions?
9 total. So they have 8 more that are coming in. And the CEO said on the Buffalo Fireside Chat interview that he expects 5 to 6 months it's going to take to roll in the remaining divisions. And even if you do the rough numbers on the 21 million, I mean, for just that one division, I mean, that's $100 million, just under $100 million a year. And that's just, one quarter was 21. And that was the first quarter of 2024. So there's a good chance that one division will end up with $100 million in revenue. Now, the only criticism we got from that Q1, which is, again, is a legitimate criticism, was that their expenditures were, 20 million or 19 million. So they didn't really have much in the way of margin.
Yeah, the gross margin was bad. Not necessarily the Q&A, the other stuff, but the gross margin.
Yeah. So my answer to that, and I think Shido, you and I had this discussion as well, is that they're in the process of moving 9 divisions over into this shell. And again, that was the big question early, is what are they going to use the shell for? Is it going to just be for one division or a new division, or are they going to be moving all the divisions over? Well, now we know that they're moving all the divisions over into this one ticker, which is huge. So as far as the margins or the revenues or the margins, adjusted margins, whatever we want to call it, we don't know if some of that was dummied down for tax purposes so that they don't have to pay additional taxes. I know with my LLC, my CPA always wants me to, if I have like extra margin or extra revenue sitting in my bank account as we head into late December, he's like, buy some stuff, buy whatever you need, invest whatever you need, because I want that bank account to be as small as you can make it before the end of the year. And again, that's otherwise I'll have to pay taxes on it. So I don't know how much of that was factored into the Q1, but I do know, and you guys know this better than I do, we need a track record of not just one filing, but we need 2, 3, 4 filings. We need to see some consistency and growth.
Comparable.
Yes, comparable from month to month, year to year. And I do think that's coming. The big question is, and we are literally, folks, we are 4 weeks away from Q2. Q2 is coming. So the question is, are they going to be merging in one more company with the one that's already in there? Are they going to be merging 2 more companies or divisions in that'll make it 3? So is the quarterly going to be, 50 million in revenue? Is it going to be 65 million in revenue? We don't know. Is it going to be 45 million in revenue? We don't know what it's going to be yet, but we know it's going to be much bigger than that first quarter, which was, 21, 22 million. That's what I'm excited about. We're also waiting on FINRA. So however long they take for the ticker change from IGPK to JFHE, once that happens, that's going to be a huge stimulus as well. Because once cannabis is removed from the name of the company, that's going to be a big deal, not only for international investors, but for just small to medium-sized brokerage firms that want to, buy some shares.
Especially for the company itself, because then China won't be so constringent on what they can and can't do.
That's exactly right. So there's a lot more that I could talk about this for hours and hours, but that's kind of the latest, the overview, the nutshell.
Yeah. No, I still follow it because it's an interesting story. I even trade it sometimes, like on a short-term basis. Are you concerned when they finally do the name change again that I don't even want to say it loud, but
oh yes, no, I know what you're saying.
Because I always feel like I'm bashing the stuff, but I just want to talk about it objectively about stuff,
Yes, it's the letter before S and the S, right? So that's, we don't want to jinx it, so we'll just use that.
You're concerned that it will come back because
I right now I am taking the word of the CEO because that question was asked directly to him point blank.
Oh, really?
Is there going to be, and Shido, if you haven't seen this yet, oh my God, it was powerful. I mean, I literally, I almost had to run to the restroom and grab some, new underwear, clean out my drawers when he said it. He said, absolutely, 100%, no reverse split. They expect the price to get to a point organically for the uplist. Okay. And he thinks because demand will be so high that they may actually have to add some shares in.
He said 200 million?
No, he said that they will organically get to the price that they need to be, which we all know what that price is.
No, I meant he mentioned, didn't he mention he was going to add X number of shares?
Yeah, over 20 years. So
over 20 years. Okay.
Yeah, over 20 years to keep demand in check and also to have a placeholder. And this is where it gets kind of a little gray for me. To use those shares as a placeholder for those investors that are investing through the app. Their token that then gets invested into stock. Now, the token is a whole other ballgame. I didn't realize this at the time. Their token is not just an imaginary like points that you get.
It's not an NFT.
It is an NFT. I mean, well, it's on the it's on the blockchain. It is a blockchain, which is why they did the partnership with Yinda or Yinga. They're like supposedly like the fourth largest company in China, and they have the infrastructure to be able to keep track of the blockchain that supports the tokens. And then from there, obviously they can convert them into company stock based on whatever formulation of the, of the quarter.
Yeah.
So interesting stuff. I mean, again, I don't want to call myself a cheerleader, but I am a shareholder and I'm in this for the long haul. And I love you guys. I think, you guys are great. And I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to at least talk a little bit about it.
No, I really hope it's going to be a huge win for the OTC community. I mean, we all know we need stuff like that. Whether it happens belongs to them, then, but we will see.
The future is in their hands.
Well, yeah, I mean, it really, really is. And,
Yeah,
they said 13,000 employees. That was,
that's a big number to jump up to.
The other thing that he said in the interview was at the time, this is like 8 weeks ago, exactly 2 months ago, just under 2 months, they had 90 million app users.
Yeah.
And that's a big number. And if you go back to previous dates of when those app user numbers were announced, you can actually see that's an average increase of about 10 million app users a month that they're gaining. That's pretty impressive. But again, you got to look at the market. China, 1.4 billion people. So they do have an audience. Their business model is so different in that the more you buy, the more you consume, the more tokens that people get. So, people are gravitating in China to this app because they're making money for spending. And they're also making money for sharing. Hey, I bought this on, the Junwan Fenwang app, and it cost me $10. And so they tell a friend, and then they get credit in the form of a token, just for that referral. So everybody becomes a marketer. Everybody becomes an earner. And that's kind of how they're juxtapositioned their business model, which is pretty cool.
Sounds cool. I mean, it saves money on marketing, gives people that word of mouth power, which is the strongest form of marketing available in the market today.
That's why I tell everybody about how great you guys are. Word of mouth.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. If there's nothing else from me, I will hang up and continue to listen. But this is a little more inconvenient than Spaces, where I can just push the microphone button. But I like it a lot better because I can see how handsome Shido is, and I can see Josh that you need to trim your beard a little bit. It's getting kind of straggly there.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. But it's all good. And Shido, God, it's like almost your bedtime, for heaven's sakes.
It's past.
Yeah, it's midnight. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
But I'm just.
And how's the summer? How's the summer over there in the mountains?
It's okay. It's not as hot as it is in the States in some places. Definitely not. But it's okay.
What altitude? How high are you up? What altitude do you live at?
I live in about 900, like 900 meters. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know what that is in feet. I think you.
Yeah, times that by 3. Yeah, 2,700 feet.
Okay.
That's
yeah. And I'm living in New York at like 800 or 900 feet altitude.
Yes. So yeah, you're up. You're up there way. That's what, at 2,700. That's a little over a third of a mile.
Yeah. I mean, I live in the Alps. This here is like near Switzerland. And a lot of mountains, a lot of Alps.
I am guessing that you are a skier and not a snowboarder.
Yeah, most of us are at least one of the two. Yeah.
Right, but I can tell you're more of a 2-ski guy versus a 1-board guy.
It's true. I never boarded yet. So
See, I can tell. Isn't it amazing how you can tell just about people just by talking to them?
Yeah, a lot. That's part of why I like the show. I mean, we had a new segment, Let's Get Personal, just to have a conversation about.
Look at that graphic.
Oh, it just pops up. And I'm sorry. just to have conversation about, who are you? What do you like? What's, not just stocks, but, what are your hobbies? I mean, I'm going to start incorporating that in the show a little bit.
I love it because, the more people get to know you guys, the more we trust you. And it took me a long time before I trusted you guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I've always trusted you guys. Yeah, exactly. Look at that look. But no, it's I like the video. I think it's great. The timing is perfect. You know, just right after the market closes. Your cameras look good, Shido. You finally got a nice background. Really appreciate it.
Very colorful.
Exactly. There's a little caulking, a little spackle you got to do behind your head there. There's a little hole there. But otherwise, no, it looks good. And I the more you guys can share about yourselves, the better. Love your experience, love your expertise. I mean, this is a great place to come.
Thanks, Sam. It means a lot to hear from you those kind words, because we didn't solicit them in any way.
No, I know. Thank you. Checks in the mail, right?
I'll pay you later.
Exactly. I do accept shares.
IGPK shares, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
Unrestricted. Unrestricted.
Yeah, don't make me register them. All right, guys. Thank you for everything that you do. Thanks for everything you do for the OTC, and on behalf of all the OTC shareholders, thank you. I mean, we really appreciate all the due diligence and everything that you do for us.
Thanks, Sam. We appreciate all the help you've given us. Hey, by the way, Sam has actually been instrumental in helping me with some of the setup of this, because it was quite a new venture for me, and he has years and years of videography experience. So he's been a great help to have contact with, and my heart goes out to you, man. I appreciate the sentiment that you have in your character.
He's helping everywhere.
But you know, I'm sorry I wasn't able to fix that airbrush filter for your face. I mean, we tried it. We just couldn't
and I
get it
haven't
to work.
shaved seriously since I was in the military. I mean, I just keep on shaping it differently, and I mean, I've been so lax on that. I think I got in trouble a few times for not shaving properly because I missed like a hair underneath my chin, and
it is getting gray. Look at how gray it's getting.
Yep.
I'm just giving you guys trouble.
5 kids will do that to you.
No, exactly. Exactly.
Josh, you're younger than me, right, Josh?
I'm 46.
Yeah, I'm 50 in a few months. So.
Oh my gosh, 50.
Yeah.
Holy
crazy.
moly.
Sam's only 49.
I literally, yeah, you got me. You guys both have me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I feel I'm young at heart.
Yeah, that's what I feel as well. But sometimes, you know, at some point the body is not working together anymore with the,
no.
with the
Well, that happens too.
Yeah,
well, you guys keep your eye out on IGPK. More news coming.
I will.
Again, 4 weeks Q2, 4 weeks Q2. And if you want me after the Q2 comes out, if you want me back on, I'll come back on.
Will they file on time?
I think so. I mean, I think they got it figured out. I think they've got this conversion accounting firm hired already. You know, they were able to make the numbers work in US format for the filing. So I'm assuming they're working on that right now. I mean, here we are, July 16th, right? The quarter ended June 30th. So technically 45 days would be the 14th, but I don't know how the OTC does that, because they always do that 46th day to the 15th.
That's the thing. You never know when OTC markets, how fast they process tier changes, you know. Sometimes they do it on the first day. Often they wait for the second day, you know, for the first one that is due already. So they usually give a little bit of leash, you know, a day or two. I have also seen 2 days leash on some.
Right.
It's never 100% when they do it. But
so
it's
yeah,
about middle of August. The middle of August is basically the deadline without the NT filing. If they file the NT, obviously they have 5 more days.
Okay. Yeah. That's, you know, knock on wood. I hope they're early, right? And that would be fantastic. That would be quite a surprise.
Yeah,
so,
that would be good.
All right, guys, yeah. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go make homemade pizza for dinner.
I'm coming over. I'll be there in a few minutes. Okay.
Bring some of that beer.
You got it.
Yeah. To hide it from Lisa. because Lisa drinks Coors Light, so I know that for a fact. So she would literally steal your beer. If she got an expensive beer, hell yeah, she'd be all over it. Sorry, Lisa, just teasing you.
Yeah, I hope she's still listening. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you sign in to JRC Stocks. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, any platform you can find us on. We're readily available to answer questions and be involved with helping you become more empowered with your trading and knowing how to do due diligence, because that's the lifeblood of investing in OTC stocks. You're not going to have as many trading setups and signals as you would great due diligence to make right decisions. Guys, have a wonderful day. And I will see you Thursday with VINZF. We have a Q&A with a Bitcoin mining company right at the height of Bitcoin climbing like a champion. So you don't want to miss it. You want to be here and find out what you can. They have a big operation in the States, and they're mining Bitcoin daily. So they've got money coming in, and we're going to find all about that here next Thursday at 4:30 after the close of market. Till then.
Yep.